Well, thank you for joining us. An impact alert is in effect as we head into the weekend. I have meteorologist Tom Brennan, the chief. In fact, Tom Brennan is here with us. Tom, what can you explain to us as we head into the weekend?
Well, good afternoon, Jordy, and those of you at home. You know, we've been keeping an eye on this big cold air mass that's going to come in and hang out with us really for all of next week. But it's really Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday I'm most concerned about. The coldest of the year begins to settle in then, with morning lows in the teens and afternoon highs only reaching into the upper 20s. There could be an expanded period of time where we don't make it above freezing. So a weather impact alert is warranted. And this is what you can expect. Bitter cold temperatures and some dangerous wind chill values as well. So if we've got temperatures feeling like the teens coming up, during that time period with the wind, it's going to feel even colder. Make sure you stream your faucets. Check on folks that may not have adequate heat. Bring your pets inside, and it's always a good idea to dress in layers. Now, today is kind of a transitionary day. We've got an area of low pressure in the upper levels swinging through Arkansas. Going to bring a few showers. Temperatures outside right now rather mild. Little Rock is at 54 with cloudy skies, and you can see some light precipitation over southern Arkansas. Nearly everyone is in the 50s. We will see our temperatures top out around the middle 50s this afternoon, and then with that chance of rain between, let's say, 3 and 5 o'clock could affect some of your drive home. Not expecting anything heavy, just some light rain showers for the rest of your day. And there is your weekend forecast with that weather impact alert for Sunday. High temperature Sunday only 33 if we're lucky. We'll take a look ahead at the rest of your week coming up shortly. Journey.
Israel has determined the fate of its war with Hamas. The three-phase plan will soon begin with the release of those in captivity. Ramy Ignacio has the details.
A baby rescued from the rubble in Gaza City. A stark reminder that a ceasefire announced is not a ceasefire begun. Israel's military has ramped up bombing since the deal went public, says our CBS News team in Gaza. Approximately 100 people have died since then, according to Gaza's civil defense, in strikes on mosques and tented homes. Israel says it targets militants in its vow to destroy Hamas. For Gazans, the grief goes on. Outside Tel Aviv's defense ministry last night, some Israelis demanded the government to sign the deal. At Hostage Square, others held vigil. Phase 1 will undoubtedly be fragile. Stretching 6 weeks, Israel would free up to 1,000 Palestinian detainees for 33 Israeli hostages. Women, the elderly, the sick, and children.
I'm having mixed feelings for the last week.
But Eli David has to wait longer. His brother, Avatar, abducted from the Nova Music Festival 15 months ago, and nearly 24 other men would be released later in Phase 2.
I'm very happy for every hostage that will return home. I feel like they are my relatives, but knowing that Aviatar is going to be underground for more than 42 days, it's torturing.
But not all Israelis want the deal. Some want it to fail, seeing it as a surrender to Hamas terror. In Jerusalem overnight, Israeli youths blocked roads, and Netanyahu's far-right national security minister, Itamar Ben-Gvir, threatened to resign, branding the deal reckless and terrible.
Nevertheless, that deal is expected to be approved. Israeli officials tell CBS News that Parliament, the Knesset, is set to vote Saturday after sunset. The Prime Minister's office says the first hostages could be released this Sunday. Ramy Ignacio, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
Well, in a graphic THV 11 crime alert, a woman will spend 15 years in prison for stealing stolen body parts. According to a statement given to police, Candace Scott worked at an Arkansas funeral home. During her 10 years, she admits to stealing human body parts. Scott pled guilty to shipping 24 boxes, each containing human remains. The buyer is due for sentencing at a later date. Arkansas joined a multi-state operation to bring a mastermind culprit to justice. Authorities say Keith Brown led and orchestrated burglaries of 34 pharmacies across 5 states. That resulted in 96,000 stolen drug pills. Brown was sentenced to 17 years in prison in order to pay restitution to affected pharmacies. Representatives of the Arkansas Pharmacists Association are in favor of new PBM regulations. On Thursday, those leaders took to the state capitol discussing how to protect local patients from out-of-state pharmacy giants. Now, under a new bill, pharmacy benefit managers will have their pharmacy license stripped away. Such move would make it impossible for PBMs to own drugstores. So that means managers like CVS Caremark won't be able to own a CVS retail store. It's a piece of law that has received the support of top state leaders, including Attorney General Tim Griffin.
Doing all of these things under one company, I think prohibiting that's a good idea, and I applaud what these folks are doing.
When you have a market that is broken and a monopoly is dominating and shifting upwards of 60% of the revenue to the 3 pharmacies owned by the large PBMs, you get less care, you get less access locally, and higher prices based on these federal reports that are coming out.
If passed, the bill proposed today will push companies like CVS Caremark, Express Scripts, and Optum Rx out of the drug store business by the end of this year. Jefferson County has entered day 4 of having their government shut down. It's the result of not having a finalized budget. Now, after their second attempt failed, the community called an emergency meeting. THV11's Ashley Godwin heard the concerns and has the details.
It's up to us to say enough is enough.
Camara Seals with the Jefferson County social justice activists, opening up space for people to share their thoughts on the county's delay to pass a budget.
Have y'all tried to approach the people that work with Judge?
So we tried. You know, I'm willing to do anything to get this budget passed.
Several justices and department heads were in attendance to answer questions.
I don't want to see anyone lose their job. I don't want to see anyone don't get paid. Because if you work, you need to get paid. Just as simple as that.
A sergeant from the sheriff's office spoke, explaining what would happen to him and several others if the county judge's proposed budget passes.
The proposed budget by Gerald Robinson includes a $25,000 pay cut for me personally. Like many of my colleagues, I simply couldn't afford to stay in a job that I love if this cut goes through.
At the end of the meeting, a call to action was brought forth by the organizers of the meeting. A list of phone numbers for the quorum court members was handed out. People were encouraged to call their justices and ask for a resolution to happen quickly.
But we got to encourage them. We got to call them. All of us.
In Pine Bluff, Ashley Godwin, THV 11 News.
Well, the state has gotten involved and is working to fix the dispute. As for Jefferson County Judge Gerald Robinson, he says an emergency order is in the works to resume pay for essential workers.